Hey guys.
Hey girl.
Hello.
Full staff today.
That's right. Full house. Sold out crowd.
So excited to be reunited with you guys. I feel like it's been 100 years since we had all four of us do an episode together.
It's true.
100 years.
How are you guys doing?
Hey, surviving,
handling the rain, handling the cold.
Yeah. So for reference, today is Tuesday, May 19th. We took a week off, and it is shitstorming outside.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly
beautiful
out there.
Dallas, Texas. And here we are, as usual, in the back room at Dudley's since we can't be on the patio because of the shitstorm.
It's not only shitstorming, it's thunderstorming. Hey.
Yeah.
But big news coming out of Dallas, huh?
Yeah, literally, like an hour before we started recording, we found out that the Dallas Mavericks and head coach Jason Kidd mutually agreed to part ways.
Finally.
We saw this coming.
Yes.
We talked about this on our last episode. We said, with a new president in place, it was time to shuffle out the old regime and start with a clean slate. Mavs got the 9th pick in the draft lottery, so not horrible, but it's no number 1 overall like last year.
Yeah.
huge difference.
He wanted that job though, right?
Jason Kidd wanted to be president of. He wanted to be coach and president or something. It was too much, and I feel there's too much damage. When you're in certain types of relationships, and both sides have hurt each other a lot, and you're just kind of left with all of the collateral damage. And I feel like Jason Kidd is just that, because I don't have a problem with him as a coach. I think he's an outstanding coach. He was an outstanding player. But after what happened with Luka and the damage that left behind, I find it really hard for him to feel passionate about what he does here in Dallas. And
I think it's probably a security thing why he wanted to be president and coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he doesn't want the rug pulled out from under him.
Exactly.
Who can trust these Adelsons?
The trauma will do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's better off finding it. I mean, there's going to be plenty of open coaching jobs if that's the route he wants to go. But what I'm more interested in is who the Dallas Mavericks are going to bring in next.
Yeah.
And I got no names. I got nothing right now. Because
Coach Man Bun's available.
Did he go back to USC? Did we ever get a location on him?
No. Nobody cared to look him
He
up.
went off the grid. He was like, I'm deleting all social media accounts.
Sorry, Coach Chris Coughlin.
Maybe he's in Big Bend. He's just like, I'm going camping.
He does have that vibe, that caveman, rustic, outdoorsy, granola man vibe.
Yeah. He gives me find my soul on a solo hiking trip, and then write a memoir about it
pray
and
love.
talk about how, literally, but in
He
that
runs
words.
an
I get that
Instagram
energy.
account of him walking the Pacific Coast Highway.
But barefoot. It has to be
Absolutely barefoot. Yep, I was thinking it.
And just to ground all of our viewers watching here, we are talking about and referring to the Wings ex-coach.
Chris Coughlins.
That's right.
Coughlins.
Man, who we have graciously named Man Bun.
That's right.
Coach Man Bun. Put some respect on
We've
him.
reduced
Man
him
Bun.
to just his haircut.
Oh,
Way
my
to go,
God.
Nothing
haircut.
wrong with a man bun, but
No,
What?
nothing.
Did you ever see this man?
Nothing wrong.
Did you ever see what this man looked like?
Yes, I know
I'm
what
just
he
saying.
looks like.
I'm just
No, but
saying.
Shock
just in
is saying-
general.
Do you know any man buns? It'd be fun to
I
look
do.
at. But
I
when
know
you
a
meet
handful.
those people,
Jason Momoa.
you don't think he's unbearable? He's very
Yeah,
pretty.
but does he do the half man bun or does he put it all back? I can't remember.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't.
He used to
Like
do it.
Roman Reigns puts it all up, and I still think he's freaking gorgeous. I don't know, but
you're
Chris
not
had the
liking him
half
because
up,
of
half
his-
down
not because of his
situation.
haircut.
And Clay Matthews rocks a man bun.
Y'all are
Yeah,
weird.
I'm going to second that.
I will also say Clay Matthews is one of the hottest white men in this world, and that is huge coming from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is all to say, a man bun on the wrong man, horrific. A man bun
man
on the
bun?
right man,
A man
Chef's
bun
kiss.
on a man we don't like. We'll make fun of.
it's okay. Now, if men want to know what gives a woman an ick, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Like a man you don't like, you're like, disgusting. Then a man you like, you're like, there's something, je ne sais quoi, if you will.
Nope. I just remember the first time we saw Coach Chris, and we were all just nope. It was a
Right.
collective nope.
Yeah.
It was also watching the girls on the team go, what? you get all these eye rolls and stuff from everybody.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And I think it goes back to what you're saying, Ray, where like as a coach, right? Well, not him, but for the Mavs in this case, and a coach that was a former player, like what happens when you make bad strategic decisions as a team. You can only recover so much from morale.
Right.
So I'm with you. I think he's someone who will have a successful career, but like when you feel like your expertise is being undermined, or like you were saying, Tanner, the rug's being pulled under, like how do you even plan for that as a coach? Like I had a whole strategic vision for my team. We had our morale, we had our vibe and chemistry going, and then it's gone. Then you're just like, also so many fans were so angry at the franchise.
Oh my God.
Like
that was so much to deal with, but like,
yeah.
can you imagine being Jason Kidd or one of the players on the floor and your home crowd is booing at you?
Yeah,
and it's not for anything you did wrong.
Right? They're booing a general manager.
And you have to go to the locker room and like
A general manager, a franchise, an owner.
Right? It's like not even the players on the floor who they're mad at.
And that's got to be so like taxing on your mental health.
Oh,
exactly.
dude.
That's and like what do you? I think
Well, he wanted to stay. You have to remember that. So
Yeah, because he
it may
thought,
have been
but he
taxing.
wanted to control everything so it doesn't happen again.
I mean, he was hedging his. It was like damage control, right?
That's kind of how I view. Like I felt like he wanted to stay to be like, let me see this out, and then maybe eventually rise, so I can have more strategic control. I kind of viewed it as more like, all right, let's ride this sinking ship together. That's kind of how I view. Honestly, like because also I
We've been
can
there.
see as a coach being like. You go in the locker room and you're like, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, I'm equally surprised. And then maybe you feel a little bit of loyalty as a coach. Because, I mean, I say sinking ship loosely. It's not any of their faults. But I mean more like, you're like, I don't even know how to prepare for this. It's not like I knew about this and I had any other plans. Like, maybe like a loyalty thing, you want to stay. But then you're like, okay, I kind of stayed enough to maybe show my loyalty to, fans, players, whatever.
Yeah.
But we got to move on because, like, it's the damage has been done.
But you think he's also jaded from this experience too?
Sure.
And that's got to affect how he approaches
Well,
his
for somebody
day-to-day
who's
trust is
job.
also a
so
big
much
thing.
of his
Yeah.
life to the Mavericks organization,
You're right, championship team.
right? And he was on the team when it sucked too.
Yeah, he did. He sure was.
Yeah, it's true. Like the trust is gone if you're because like I can't imagine being like, okay, well, can I trust that this won't happen again? Like, what if I?
So just to clarify, we think that he decided to leave.
Yeah, I think it. Like I'm going to say it's mutual. I think they probably gave him a series of options of what to do, and he felt ick by it. And one of the options was you can leave on your own terms, and I think that's what he chose to do.
Okay.
I kind of thought it was mutual too. I think there's just like bad.
Well,
blood, and
it's
like-
reported as mutual.
I think it.
Yeah. You don't have to
seems
fire
mutual.
me.
Yeah, that's what.
Fair. Well, you
I'm
may-
with you.
I
And
don't
that's
think
what-
it's actually mutual. I think
that's what I'm saying. Is
asked
they
him to
gave
leave.
him choices.
Yes, to clarify, it's not like, oh, we both hate each other. It was just more like we're going to agree on a happy middle ground.
Okay.
No, I agree. It's not mutual in like the PC way, but not really. Like, just here's the best of the offers. I
Being
can get.
asked to resign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't really had a chance to think through like who the available coaches are.
That just happened.
Exactly, because I wasn't prepared. But
This news
sooner
is
rather
hours
than
old.
later.
It'll be 72 hours old by the time we
post this.
but
I will
it is
tell you I
hours
don't.
old now.
Okay, I don't think this. I do not think will happen. But if I had like a dream scenario, you get like a woman coach.
I was gonna say Becky Hammond.
I don't think it'll happen honestly. But if I had a dream scenario,
Yeah, because Dawn Staley won't come and coach in Dallas.
Oh, no.
She will not. She wants to stay on the East Coast. But
What's Phil
Becky
Jackson
might.
doing? Is he still around?
He's still around.
Good.
He's
Hey,
not
man.
coaching. He's not coaching in the
Phil,
league.
it's time to come on back.
No, we'll think about it, and that could be a discussion for next week. But lots of interesting things happening in the NBA right now, including last night's huge double overtime win
Wow.
for the San Antonio Spurs over the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Woo, say that 5 times fast.
Dramatic, by the way.
Very. I was actually watching the Wings game, and so as soon as it ended, I flipped to the Spurs and Thunder, and it was about midway through the third quarter, and San Antonio at that point had a lead.
They did.
Yeah, they were up by like
yes,
6.
It was. They were leading in the third, and then it got really close at the end of the fourth.
Yeah.
We had 2 screens going, so
Yes, you did.
Love it.
Moves.
Hey, that's the way to do it these days.
I wanted to watch my hockey show. So we can talk about later. But
Oh my goodness, I need to start
a woman who multitasks.
Yeah, but I mean, important things are happening. So priorities. I had to keep my eye on the score. So I was awake watching my hockey show that I had to keep putting on pause because I was like, oh man, it's getting too close. And then I was like, oh, overtime.
And then double
overtime. And then I'd hit play while it went to commercial. So
that would drive me up a wall. Props to you for doing that. I don't have the
I was dedicated to
attention
that
to
show.
Parse it that far
Yeah,
away,
I
you know
couldn't
what I mean?
either. Nope, it's one or the other for me. But
I'd need a recap.
One has sound off and one has sound on. You switch the sound, guys.
no, I get
but
that. Like I do that when I watch
she's like,
two games at one time. But it's both sports. Like watching like a show and a game is like two completely different vibes.
That's true.
Well, I'm glad you.
I pause it when it's down to like 2 minutes and then I watch the game. Like I give
will
full
say that-
effort to the game.
I'm not surprised by this because the last time we watched sports at your place, we watched football, then we watched Law and Order SVU, then we watched Southern Charm, then we went back to football.
Why?
Then we went and started watching a show about
timber sports.
Timber sports, and then we went back to football. No, a smidge more of Southern Charm, then we went back to football. So I'm not surprised.
I'm efficient.
I know. That's
You were,
I am
you were
efficient.
so efficient that day. You were like, nope, fast forward to this part. Like you knew the timestamps of the exact scenes we had to watch.
I was
Southern
like,
Charm.
watch football on
And then go
Southern
back to
Charm,
football.
and then
You're like, the game is boring. Let us continue.
We have at least 20 minutes until the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. We got time.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Efficiency.
But
That's what ADD will do.
Yeah. You want to talk about efficiency?
brain chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
How great was Victor Wembanyama last night?
Amazing. What was with that 28-foot shot?
The way he shot that,
And he
I
was
said,
just like,
no, you
"No."
didn't. And he just, effortless. Bang.
And
in there, like swimwear.
Gosh, there was in there like swimwear. Wow. Okay. There was an assist that he did too in the first overtime, I think. That ended in a dunk, and sound was off. So I was just like, what the heck is happening over here? They want it so bad, and you can feel it. But OKC is good.
They
So
said
it's like they're showing up too. Like this is insane.
They're saying that this playoff series is like a generational matchup. Like they're
It is
expecting it to
basically
go
the finals.
7. Yeah, this is going to be better than the NBA Finals by a long shot. No offense to Cleveland or New York, who are currently playing right now.
Yeah, but if the Knicks and the Spurs play, I'll be very excited. What were you going to say?
And that was that would be a rematch of the NBA Cup.
So no,
and of the '99 final.
No, but I agree because like watching Cleveland versus Detroit over the weekend, like that was just a blowout, right? Whereas this game is like, so I agree with you. I mean, the Spurs and Knicks would be really good.
Yeah, I think that's the matchup we all want.
That's my
way the
ideal.
Pistons make it. Sorry, like the Magic almost beat them.
They
the
lost
Pistons
by,
got
like,
eliminated.
30 they lost by, like,
Cleveland isn't
The Clevelands, the Cavaliers.
Yeah,
they got eliminated by like 30 points.
That's why I was like, they definitely aren't. I watched because I started watching that game.
They're already out.
They're gone. They're in Cancun.
At first, I started watching, and then I was like, I'm gonna meal prep. Like I just stopped. I was like, it's fine. I was like,
Bad basketball.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. So Cleveland.
no, I think
not
though,
gonna make it.
but I'm with you.
New
I
York
actually, that's what I think. I think it's gonna be Spurs, New York, and the last thing I'll say too about Wemby too. For me, what's so impressive is obviously like amazing player, etc. But you forget, or I forget how young he is and how smart he is.
absolutely.
Like he's for me, he's not only just like objectively right, an amazing player, but like so smart, like handles these tough moments, so strategic. Like just for being so young, that's another thing that impresses me. Like kind of leading like with like captain energy, which for being that young is just
high IQ ball.
Yeah, and
yeah, exactly. Super, just like so smart, just like. That was just another thing. I was like, I'm just so impressed with him. I would not be able to be that composed at 22
not
in
just
any
that.
way, shape, or form.
He has some edge to him. Like he bites, if that makes sense. One of the things that I was telling Kristen before we started recording is that he truly feels like he was snubbed for MVP. It went to SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is winning his second MVP in a row. And there
Who
is
he's playing against? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a huge case that you can make that it should have gone to Victor Wembanyama because of how great he plays defense. He plays both sides of the floor, like you said, captain energy. pulling up from 28 feet at 7'4" tall.
That was crazy.
Insane. Insane. Who do you think you are, Steph Curry? What is this? So, all of that to say, I think that alone is going to push him to a whole nother level in this playoff series, and OKC is definitely going to have their hands full.
Mm-hmm. They are. And so my husband and I were in OKC last season when they were in the finals. Nothing going on in Oklahoma City. even with the finals there, I was like, where is everybody?
That actually surprised me. So even the finals, it wasn't like there were bars or like, I don't know. I'm saying parties loose, like watch parties or something.
I had to eat at a Dave & Buster's because it was the only thing open.
Stop it.
Because everybody was at the game.
No, the game was far over.
Aw.
But I'm just hating on OKC.
As you should.
But we're a San Antonio family.
Yes,
no,
we are.
we're a San Antonio family.
Literally 210 area codes own our group
On our
chat.
phones.
Yeah. But before we move on to the next one, I just have to talk about my hockey show real fast.
Okay, tell us about Off Campus.
I need you guys to watch Off Campus. Okay, and I know that I'm not the biggest fan of heated rivalry, and we talked about that on the show. I think we talked about it on one of the episodes.
Yes.
Oh, we talked about it numerous times.
And I love Kip's storyline, and nobody else does, which is fine.
Sounds fine.
But I just loved their storyline in heated rivalry. Well, in Off Campus, you get the story. Okay, not between them, but different people, obviously. But the story is there. There's multiple stories going on. They're all interconnected and intertwined. I loved it. I obviously couldn't even stop watching it.
Is this the real L word for hockey?
No, they're straight people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, there's some lesbian action, but
Okay.
I think the thing that got me piqued my interest.
I mean,
when it comes to Off Campus, is you said that it was going to be your treadmill show, and then you texted us.
Oh my god!
And was
nobody told
no,
me.
I can't.
Nobody told me. First of all, I didn't know it was this spicy show.
Yeah.
Okay. And when our friend said, "Yeah, that would be a great show for the treadmill," I took her word for it.
Whoops.
Suddenly you're walking 10,000 steps in a sitting.
I'm
you're
like looking around. I'm like, is
sweating.
anybody here? I saw two pairs of boobs and a sex scene. I was just like, oh my god, I got to turn this off while I'm in the gym.
Yeah?
Wait, because
You
I
get a
feel
little
like,
indecent in there.
do we feel like that? Like watching that on a treadmill or a plane, is that equivalent or is one
same
worse
thing.
than the other?
Same
For me,
thing.
it's the same thing.
Same
For
thing.
me,
It's
it's the
same
same.
thing.
I have no
energy.
shame on the plane. I watched Bridgerton and Queen Charlotte on the plane.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah. All
As long
right.
as you're not sitting next to little
I wasn't
kids.
next to children.
Were you
Fair,
window
fair.
seat?
Huh?
Were you windows?
Aisles.
Okay, so other people were watching
Yes.
it with
Okay.
you.
Sorry,
yeah.
not to diverge, but I was
Yep.
just for me, similar energy. Yeah.
I don't mind if other people see what I'm watching. What I feel uncomfortable with, if somebody was uncomfortable in the gym that I'm basically watching porn while
Yes.
I'm on the
Yeah,
treadmill,
yeah.
then I would feel bad.
Like, hey, you want to get
Yeah.
in on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
heated
get a
rivalry, no go. I was like, absolutely not. Cannot watch this in the gym. The Off Campus is spicy sometimes. It just so happens they throw it in your face in the first episode.
Gotta let you know where you stand.
Yeah.
What to expect.
Wait, where do we watch it again? I need to watch this.
Amazon, right?
Amazon Prime.
Excellent. I have Amazon Prime. We can do this. Okay.
I actually really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I stayed up until 12:30 last night so I can finish this show. Which
If
is
you
why
stayed
I
up
watched
at-
double overtime. I watched it all in one day.
Also, for you to stay up till 12:30,
That's huge.
That's a lot.
Watching a show. Like,
Yeah.
I was not doom scrolling. I was watching a show.
That's a big deal. Okay. I'm watching
So
I'm here for it. Yeah, I definitely want to check it out.
you guys have to watch it. Sorry, I just had to do my rave review.
this. Wait, what's the name of the show again?
Off Campus?
Got it.
It's
Okay.
based off of a book series.
I did see the
Which my
book
sister
series during
loved.
my book club
Yeah.
event this weekend. So, okay. Not because I knew of the story, but I couldn't remember of it.
It's pretty dark too, story wise.
I will have to bring Cassie in because this is like her area. She reads the books and then watches the TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be fun to have her back for that conversation.
Perfect.
So please, that was my shameless plug for Off Campus.
I'm
Thank you.
excited. I am so excited to watch it. Back to basketball. We touched on this a little bit earlier when we were making fun of Coach Man Bun, but the Dallas Wings season is fully a go. Through 4 games, the team is 2-2.
Batting 500.
Batting 500. Had a couple tough ones. Started off real strong against the Indiana Fever. high scoring game. I think they broke 100 in that game, and it was one of like 4 games on opening day to break 100. It was the first time on a season opener day that multiple teams broke 100 points. Like there was a whole bunch of like awesome records broken opening weekend. So after they played the Fever, they're like, yeah, I feel really good about myself. Paige looked great. AZ looked great. Odyssey Sims, I came as a surprise to me how strong she was looking. Then they go and they play 2 games. The first one against the Atlanta Dream, who I think are going to have a deep run in the playoffs. That team is a fully stacked, veteran-focused team.
And Angel Reese now on it.
Angel Reese is on it. They made that move to get better. Had a tough one there. I mean, I feel like that was the one game I couldn't watch because it wasn't on national TV. But I was score watching, and they were within like 5 for most of the game. And then in the fourth quarter, Atlanta just broke away and ran off with it. You have more context there because you actually watched that game.
I did actually watch that game. Yeah, and it was a solid effort all the way up until the fourth quarter, and then it was just like, oh, man. It just felt like they just ran out of gas, you know?
Yeah.
You know, there's some bad decisions, and then just couldn't get a hold of it again. It was just the way it goes.
And that was their home opener, too. So I feel like there was like, was that their home opener, or did they play that one in Atlanta? I can't remember.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, the colors are very similar. I don't blame you. So they dropped that game to Atlanta. Then they go and they have a game. I think actually the game against Minnesota was their home opener.
Yeah.
And that game, Dallas was fully in control until 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Right, and it's just,
and it was really hard to watch. After that game, Coach Jose Fernandez, with his get in that ass energy, basically said these girls were playing selfish. He said that there's complaints about who's getting minutes where, how many touches. And I didn't get that vibe from watching the game necessarily, but I felt like business decisions were being made on the court, especially on defense. The way that Minnesota was able to execute all of these like quick backdoor cuts to the basket, these easy layups, you could see that the Wings were not communicating on defense, and that was ticking me off. I was like yelling and talking trash and saying a lot of swear words at my TV because it's frustrating to watch when you get beaten the same way over and over again. That, and they got away from their style of play in the first half versus the second half. I think like the stat was in the first half they had like 17 assists as a team. In the second half, it was in the single digits. So there, in that sense, yes, you guys are playing selfish, but also they weren't scoring.
Just
literally,
a bunch of people trying to carry.
Yeah, and after that game, my biggest concern was with the tall people. So as you guys know, I really wanted Lauren Betts on this team instead of AZ Fudd to like have that strong defensive presence. To rebound the basketball, all of that stuff. And Alana Smith and Jessica Shepard are both former Lynx players. And Alana Smith is the reigning defensive player of the year with Asia Wilson. I can't tell. I cannot tell. She is not. They're not playing as big as they look, and that's concerning for me. All of that aside, they played last night against the Washington Mystics, your people.
Your people.
And they looked confident. They looked stronger. They looked better. But then again, Washington is a very, very young team in comparison to a Minnesota.
They did beat Indiana Fever.
They did. Oh, so did we. I'm starting to think Indiana isn't who we think they are. But
that made me very happy.
But that's how we're here at 2-2. I think a lot of people are very concerned with how many minutes AZ Fudd is playing. She did not play at all in that Atlanta Dream game. She was held out for injury precautions. But a lot of people are really annoyed that she was the first overall pick and she's not starting. Do you guys agree with Jose Fernandez's choice to have her come off the bench?
I mean, it's fair to say that as a newcomer to the league that like maybe you need a little bit of development, maybe just a game or two to like catch up. You know what I mean?
Because it was very fast. I feel like they get drafted and then the season's starting.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It was less than it was 2 weeks.
Talent and like get acclimated to the style of play, and you know, I feel like there's a level of like on ramp that needs to be observed a little bit. So it doesn't bother me a whole lot.
Doesn't bother me either, especially if you're nursing an injury. You don't want your star player to be out right away.
Like she's young, and if you go and aggravate that thing, you can like cause damage long term, and that's not what we want.
Yeah. No, totally agree with both of you. That's exactly how I feel.
I also think Dallas has a problem that there are too many guards on this team. And I think that plays into the narrative that AZ isn't getting enough minutes because they're so guard heavy. And I think Jose Fernandez needs to do a better job with his scheme because someone like Enrique is suffering from having too many guards on the floor. Enrique should be scoring at least 18 points a game, and she's been super inconsistent through 4 games. Paige is great. Paige is perfect. As long as they're playing through Paige, I think everything's going to be fine. But this 2-guard situation between Enrique, AZ, and Odyssey is a little confusing, and I think that's just going to take time. And I'm not saying, oh, no, we got to cut everybody out and put AZ in. I'm not saying that at all. I agree with you guys.
So what's the goal of that play style? What's the kind of objective there?
I think you have to find who complements who the best.
Yeah.
You know, when there's too many cooks in the kitchen at the same time, they're kind of like playing on top of each other rather than with each other. Like, Paige is a really great facilitator. You can put her on the court with anybody, and everyone's going to win.
Yeah.
But I think finding who that right-hand person for Paige is what's tricky.
Yeah.
Because essentially, Enrique, AZ, and Odyssey all play the same position.
Yeah.
So ideally, you'd want to move Enrique to, like, maybe the 3 spot, the small forward.
Yeah.
And turn her into like a shooter, or you could do that with AZ too. AZ's a great, like, you know, what do you call it? She moves well without the ball and finds an open shot.
Okay.
Instead of having the ball in her hands needing to score. Whereas Paige is somebody who needs the ball in her hands to like do stuff.
I see.
Technical basketball talk,
Hey, this is good.
No, it's helpful.
You gave a real answer. That's great.
Yeah. So I and that just comes with time and finding the chemistry where it is. And we already know that Paige and AZ have chemistry, but you're in the W now. There's other people on the court besides Paige and AZ. Yeah. So I think they'll still make the playoffs. I think there's plenty of time to figure it out, but I don't think Jose Fernandez's approach is like that terrible as people are acting.
No, I think that technical background helps, especially with the context of like having a new players nursing an injury, because also you have to be like, okay, if you're starting the league, Enrique has been like objectively is a very consistent player and a veteran on the team, right? Like still young, like in the larger sense, but a veteran on the team. So would it make sense to have a newer player come on in and maybe do something slightly different, have Enrique stay consistent, or be like, hey, you're consistent and versatile. Does it make sense for you to take on a new position and have a new, you know what I mean? So I think it helps to have the technical concept of maybe that's also part of this too, because it takes a while to find chemistry with the team. And I think, I'm such an Enrique fan, so
Me too.
I know. So like, it's hard because I kind of feel like not only in terms of player, but like her expertise with the Wings is really helpful. So I'm curious how that's going to develop. Hearing you give that context, I think is really interesting, because I'm just curious if it'll be like, you have a veteran who's consistent, kind of keep her there, see if the chemistry develops, and then have AZ kind of do something different. Or maybe it's the opposite, right? Somebody who's consistent and really versatile will be like, oh, you probably have a little more maybe flexibility in your career to push yourself, where someone new needs to grow a little bit more in their comfort zone. So I don't know. I'm curious, given that context you have, I'm curious how this is going to play out.
Yeah, and it's totally normal for like rookies to start slow. Not everybody is a LeBron James when they come into the league and just can take over a game. Or in our case, not everybody's a Paige Beckers. Like that's what Paige did. Paige came in and immediately exploded, and she was no question the rookie of the year last season. This year's a little different. This year is a little interesting. I don't know if any of you guys saw that Minnesota Lynx game, but I'm really digging Olivia Miles, and like I'm kicking myself for not watching her live at TCU, because she's a rookie that's come in and immediately made an impact on that Minnesota Lynx team. Mm-hmm. I actually listened to her do an interview with Sue Bird, which we will get to Bird in a second, where she was so humble. She was like, I'm surrounded by some of the greatest vets in this league, whether it's Courtney Williams, Nafisa Collier, Kayla McBride. And her joining the Minnesota Lynx was kind of perfect because they didn't have a point guard. They had Courtney Williams playing a point guard, and she's not a point guard. She's a shooting guard. And it was like plug and play and go, and Cheryl Reeves just raves about her. But I feel like she is definitely right now the front runner for Rookie of the Year.
I agree with you. I think also she, like, and I remember even reading about this before thereafter, like, she's so underrated. super underrated because I think being not that TCU's a bad team, but it doesn't get the same coverage, right?
I mean,
as
they
some
made
other,
the Elite Eight.
yeah, but like I guess more compared to like a UConn, right? Like I feel like because they are good, but I feel like because they don't get as much coverage, it's one of those situations where had she maybe played at like a more well-known basketball school, she would have. But yeah, even back then they were like, she's really good. It's just she just doesn't get the same coverage as other people. So I'm really happy, and I just think she's a great player in general.
Yeah, and Minnesota is going to be really, really good when Nafisa Collier comes back from her injury.
Ugh, I love her.
So that's something to watch.
Yeah, she's super good.
And Nafisa Collier did Sports Illustrated while injured. She did
Wait,
the swimsuit.
did she?
Yeah, she did the
I didn't know
swimsuit.
she did.
Yeah.
Tell us, have you seen the swimsuit
I haven't.
issue? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Tanner.
so good.
Tanner podcast dad.
What? I
Hi.
don't subscribe to Sports Illustrated.
You subscribe to the internet.
I do subscribe to the internet, but like,
What a comeback,
Yeah.
by the way.
Okay,
you're right.
yeah. To quote one of your statements earlier, Alana, show those thighs.
Right?
Yeah, you know,
That's what you cover.
show those thighs. Don't cover those thighs up.
Oh my god.
Wait, I didn't realize that she did a Sports Illustrated. Okay, I need to
Yep.
go. All right,
Yeah.
Tanner,
Yep.
you me after this. We're gonna go Google.
Yeah, we'll go-
Let's
we'll
Google
take
the
a look.
ladies. Let's Google
Weigh
ladies.
in later.
Yeah.
Tell me what you found out about Sue Bird earlier.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to quote this exactly. It was like during like a work break, so I kind of did it quickly. But basically, if I remember correctly, I can pull it up too.
A state bird.
It's like
named
I
their
think in
state
Connecticut. I
bird.
think it's Connecticut.
I think so.
Yep.
Basically in Connecticut,
Yeah.
like every March, or
No, their state bird.
Their
is
state bird.
Sue
Let me-
bird.
it's like
That's what
something.
it was.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah,
you found
yeah,
more.
no, that's what it was.
I just remember being like, it's funny because it's like now in like constitutional law for the Connecticut.
Well,
or the state. They're like it is like no.
Interesting
That's
fact.
dramatic, but like it is now like a thing where it's like you have to have a state bird after her.
Yeah, well, interesting fact about state birds.
Elaborate.
Not all state birds like live in that state.
Wait, really?
And like
That
the
sounds so
mockingbird,
normal.
I know the mockingbird is like 10 states state bird, including Texas.
Actually,
Which is
Play with
crazy.
mine.
There's so many birds.
that's why
it's weird. I don't even know why state bird is a thing.
Birds aren't real.
No, they work for the bourgeoisie.
That's right.
Yeah,
yeah, birds are fake.
yeah, they're
Wait,
robots.
Okay, also if they're not
believing in birds. Get
yeah,
outta
also if
here.
a bird is not from the state.
Yeah, it's a stupid. It's a stupid.
Well, birds
recognition.
migrate, so they're not from any state. They're moving around all the
Yeah.
time.
Touche.
Well, they're
Science.
I'm afraid of
Science.
I'm gonna assign them
They
to
are
any state.
constantly
Science.
overviewing.
You're right. You're
Yes.
right. I shouldn't.
They're
assume.
watching us.
They could be from
Surveillance.
Florida one day and go to Connecticut the next. You're right.
That's right.
I'm ignorant.
They go where they're needed.
I'm ignorant. That's right. I'm ignorant about birds and about the fact that they're real
That's
or not.
right.
The
Oh
government
my
controls
God.
them.
I hate
Controls
birds. They're the worst.
Yes, I just kind of love that though. They were like, I just kind of love the idea of like you find out you're like, hey, every month now you get to go or.
No, the whole state,
time.
the whole
State.
time,
The whole state. The whole
You are a
time.
state bird.
You are now a state bird. Like you are now a
People
state bird.
and little children in elementary school will learn about you
And also,
in class.
after
That's right.
her divorce
Aw.
with Megan Rapinoe, this is
Big hit for
big
the
hit.
Big
This is good for Sue. We need some positivity, you know, after a hard divorce.
They kept their podcast together, but they don't record it together. Is that how this works?
What?
Don't look at me. I don't know how.
The only reason I'm bringing this up is because I listened to a Bird's Eye View or Bird's View, something like that. What is the name of her podcast? Well, it's Sue Bird's podcast, and it's where
Yeah.
she talks WNBA, and she does it weekly. And I listened to the episode literally today, and she was like, yeah, on the last episode of A Touch More. And I go, I thought A Touch More belonged to Megan. I was so confused.
I don't know actually because I know
I mean,
they had
it
their
could have
podcast
been
together,
the
but
last episode they recorded together.
No, she's Megan did a solo one and was like, I'm going to
Oh.
continue to do this. So that's why I assumed it was going to stay Megan's.
I mean, they could still have a
don't
brand
know.
job. It could
We
have
will
been
look into this.
a mutual decision.
Yeah.
So
could have been. Also, they could be like, we'll work it through, get the dollars. I don't know. They're women in business. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. I need to look in more into this. I thought
And
that
birds.
too.
And
birds.
swimsuits.
Women and animals. and
Women in
swimsuits.
STEM.
Women in
Women in-
STEM.
yeah, women in
Women
STEM.
in STEM and swimsuits. Yeah.
STEM and swimsuits. That's how we
Okay, I need to go because I thought that too. The podcast. Let's
We'll
do
keep an
some
eye on
talking.
it because I subscribe to the WNBA one. I didn't subscribe to Touch More. But
Okay, okay.
Maybe I
Like
should.
touch more.
I like the name of that one.
Well, tell us about the MMA card on Netflix because I saw highlights of an MMA fight recently. I don't think it was the Netflix one, but I was like, man, there's a lot of blood.
was a lot of blood.
10 out of 10. A
There-
lot of
Look,
bodily
They
fluids.
ended the fight because there was a lot of blood.
There was
shoot.
some really great fights on this card. And I think the one you're referring to is the Nate Diaz, Mike Perry one.
No idea what I'm referring to. I'm over
Which
here.
was the
spying
co-main?
on Tanner looking at swimsuit.
Yeah, I'm looking at the sports.
All right, what are our
Illustrated
thoughts?
now.
Let's go back to some.
So back to the blood. Back to the blood.
So the reason I put this on here is because this was supposed to be an iconic moment for women. MMA.
My bad.
The the headliner fight for this card was Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano.
Oh.
And
Oh, dude. So funny.
yeah. And you guys, as a woman in MMA
Yeah.
or a former woman in MMA, this is kind of like when Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd Mayweather, and you were like, okay, I understand why, but why? Like
Yes.
they've kind of aged out of it. Like 10 years ago, this is like the fight.
The money.
Gina Carano's 41.
44.
44.
I know.
The
I had to
money.
look it up.
Yeah.
So Ronda Rousey made $2.5 million, and Gina Carano made $1 million
From doing this?
just for showing. Just for showing.
Wow.
And then,
I'll get $1 million just to show up anyway.
well, I mean,
Time
right?
and place.
I'll do
Time
it.
and place.
I'll do it for less. I don't even need $1 million. Like,
So
give me
this is-
1,000. I'll show up.
This is literally advertised as like a big women in sports moment because
This
it's,
is the fight with all the blood, or the one that's upcoming.
no, this
The one
had
that ended in
This
17
happened.
seconds.
This already happened.
this already happened. I'm giving
See-
the rundown.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
no. But here's my point of it. How sad that I saw 0 highlights from it,
I'm about to tell you why.
and I only saw blood.
Because, like I said, this fight was marketed as like the clash of the titans. These two baddest women on the planet finally getting to go head to head. It's every MMA fan's dream to see them fight. This shit was some of the most pathetic. This was a pathetic excuse for a fight.
Yes.
This was
Oh, no.
some writer at WWE came in and said, all right, well, this is how it's going to go down in 17 seconds. Literally, to me, it didn't seem like either one of those women actually wanted to be in the
No.
hexagon.
Do you feel like it was like actually staged like WWE, or it was just such bad quality it looked staged?
I mean, it's hard to say because it was over so fast.
And then they were saying, like, someone had a clip from the locker room where Rhonda, like, practiced exactly what she did.
Yeah.
Here's what tipped me off when I watched it live. Basically, what happened is they, like, touch gloves in the center. They take steps back. Rhonda throws, like, a feint jab, which means it's not a full jab, but it's kind of to see, like, you throw a feint to get the opponent's hands to move, and then you can make a move based on how they move kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So she threw essentially a half-assed jab. Gina went like this, and Ronda went in for a double leg takedown, which was not even good, to be perfectly honest. Like, it was essentially, it reminded me of like a spear, like in WWE when one fighter spears another. They just grab him by the waist and take him down. It wasn't like a very
like a
technical
playground.
takedown. Yeah, it was like some little kids doing it. Exactly. She gets her on the ground and she climbs on top of her. And typically in MMA, in that position, you are going to ground and pound your opponent. But Gina twisted herself in a certain way, freeing up an arm, and Ronda decided to finish with her signature arm bar, which was also her finish in WWE, by the way.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, it was too clean, and like she tapped instantly. Like,
Well, what are you going to do about it?
yeah, but like she,
Your arm's barred. What are you going to do?
yeah, but she shouldn't have even been in that position. Like, she gave her that
I
position.
fully agree with that. That it shouldn't have been so easy.
Yeah, it was like the worst.
Yeah.
Like if this had been like a UFC
They were out of
fight,
time.
I would
They
have
were
been
like, wrap it
upset paying $90 to $100, whatever a pay-per-view costs now.
Yeah. Did Kalshi say it was going to go in 19 seconds, and that's why this ended at 17?
I don't even think gambling had anything to do with it. I think
Yeah.
it was just Netflix trying to assert themselves as a combat sports outlet yet again, because they already had the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight last year.
Fuck that, by the way.
Yeah, and this is Jake Paul's org, essentially. MVP is Jake Paul.
Gross.
Yeah, it is gross.
Why do we keep giving that kid money?
I don't know, but I literally tuned in because I was told two of the baddest women on the planet were going at it, and that's what I got, and I've been angry
all
about
blood.
it since.
So
Yeah,
who
and
should
it all-
have been on that card?
I don't know. Like, I think the people that they had on the card, like former UFC fighters, like Nate Diaz, like Mike Perry, Francis Ngannou, those were great names to have.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, some of them are out of their prime, but like seeing someone like Francis Ngannou do MMA for the first time in a very long time was nice. But I would still say like the UFC is like the premier, like where the best fighters, MMA fighters are. So
Yeah, definitely not this MVP.
yeah, it was really gross.
I think it's pro wrestling.
It was. It's
I think
scripted.
I think it's-
entertainment.
Yeah, I think it's scripted entertainment. For
And that
sure.
was not entertaining. Sorry, guys.
I mean, the Mike Tyson thing was a scripted event.
yeah,
I was just thinking, like, for me, it's just.
but at
Jake
least
Paul.
with Jake Paul and Mike
That other guy
Tyson.
that he fought that broke his jaw and says, "Oh well, I'm never going to fight again." Good, you piece of shit.
I was gonna say the only good thing to come out of that Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight is the longevity of the fight itself.
Yeah.
Like, you actually got your bang for your buck, if you will, by watching them go whatever it was, 10, 12 rounds. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was a while, but it was just like a little pillow fight. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't a stand in and bang, but I would rather have seen more than 17 seconds, like maybe a round, maybe
Yeah.
2 rounds.
I have a conspiracy.
They were going back
about
and
that.
forth on whether there should have been a 3-round fight or a 5-round fight. And a championship MMA fight is typically 5 rounds.
Yeah.
And if you're a main event, it's usually 5 rounds. So like,
yeah, but not when it's over.
no, but I'm saying like even from the beginning, they couldn't make up their minds about what this was supposed to be.
I see.
It was stupid. That's
It
what it
is
was.
stupid.
So stupid.
Somebody get Dana on the phone.
Dana probably was sitting at home laughing his ass off.
Waiting for that White House fight.
Boy, that's going to be
Oh, that's going to
the
be
most
such a mess.
hilarious garbage.
You want to talk about garbage? Did you hear Conor McGregor is supposed to fight in July?
Who
Max Holloway at
I hope
International
Max
Fight Week.
ends him?
I also
Ends his life.
hope that Max ends his life, but again, I don't think this fight is happening.
No.
Just like 2 years ago when they said Conor McGregor was going to come back against Michael Chandler, and it never happened. This is never happening. I don't know why they keep having to do this.
Well, and who could afford tickets? You know what I mean?
And it's going to be in Vegas. Yeah.
Nobody's going. Ain't nobody going.
TKO has done the best job across both WWE and the UFC of outpricing their own market.
Right?
None of their actual fans can attend their live events, and it's
You want me to
sad.
drive out to Vegas? You know, gas $5 a gallon. Get out of my face.
Forget the gas being $5 a gallon. Nosebleed seats for $300 is insane.
Right? Come on.
Insane. And that's not even resale.
Wonder how much they're charging for America $250.
I think you have to be like on a special list and
Yeah,
shit.
I don't
like,
think you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
buy
You got to
it.
be
I don't
a
think you
MAGA
can go.
influencer to
Yeah.
cover this fucking bullshit. Real
Something
good
like
use
that.
of our resources.
and they don't even have American fighters on that card, except for one, Justin Gaethje. That's it. Everybody else is foreign. So
Lame.
stupid.
Get Johnny Cage.
Stupid.
Put Jake Paul. Just throw Jake Paul in.
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
Jake.
At the end of the day,
Jake's like
Jake
the
Paul should
source
fight
of.
Logan Paul. I would love
yeah.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, that would be. I think
That'd
Jake
be
Paul is
epic.
like our. He's the source of all.
To all the
This is all
problems.
Jake Paul's
He's
fault. This is all Jake Paul.
He's the link.
I was like, I didn't want to say
Everything.
Roman Empire because I didn't mean that in a positive way. But I feel
Right.
like this is Jake Paul. And the bomb is around him.
That's right.
Everything.
He's the
the gravity center.
He's a gravity center. Good way
That's
to put it.
hilarious.
He's a gravity center. I'm like, this is Jake Paul.
so fun.
No, as someone who like was in combat sports and used to love it, like this sucks. Like I hate watching it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed seeing all the blood.
I do love blood. I mean, that's the whole reason I got into the sport in the first place.
But you know what? It goes to what you were saying though, where it's like WWE-esque. Because if you're like, you know, you're someone who's like, I know the sport, I know the strategy, like, you know, far more than me. I can watch it, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. But like, that's what they're trying to cater to now, right? Like flashy names and just like really ridiculous stuff. So it'll appeal to someone like, you know, me or I don't know, like
The drunk guy
everybody
next to me at the
seems
bar.
content to chase a short-term buck instead of build something good that people will appreciate
well,
for a long period
exactly.
of time.
It's
and
just-
respect.
it's just like the entertainment cash value versus like actually the integrity of the sport.
I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Netflix is doing too, because what they did with Alex Holland.
No, that's a good point. Especially 'cause
True.
now you make a really good point.
That was entertainment. That wasn't him climbing El Capitan.
Oh, you talking about Alex Honnold?
Yeah. Did I
Yeah,
say
yeah.
wrong?
It's a very good. You make a good point because because at the end of the day, right? They're like, we're just here for basically like viewership and money.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they don't.
And climbing
care.
Taipei 101, that is not a big deal for that guy.
I still cannot believe how
Do that.
little that
His
guy.
eyes closed.
I still can't believe how little that guy got paid. When I found out, I was like,
Because
I mean,
he
like-
just wanted to do it anyway.
Right? Make
yeah, of course. He's also like, this is
The rest
great.
of the world.
Yeah,
He's
but
just
even
a
if-
pure innocent
Yeah.
soul who likes to climb things, and Netflix is like, excellent.
Excellent. Please come be with us.
Excellent. Don't sign any. Just sign this contract. Don't
Sign
read
this
it.
form.
Don't read anything. Don't get a lawyer. Don't read anything.
Yeah, I'm very like I don't know where they go from here in terms of that Netflix MVP MMA promotion. Like, how many former fighters are you really going to get after this? I mean, they're going to make more money with Netflix than they ever will with UFC. UFC's pay structure. I could do a whole podcast on that alone.
Oh, dude, that's the
But
most
I won't.
like exploitative, like awfulness.
Yep, it's gross.
Modern day
It's
Don King. That
Very, very gross.
Well, I think earlier this week, Miss Christine went to a Trinity
I
football club
did.
game,
Yes.
and you're wearing their shirt.
I am. See,
And
Yes.
why are we so excited?
Okay, so we're excited because it was their last home game on Saturday night, and they were basically playing for playoff contention. So they won 4-0, great game, and so now they're in the semifinals. They're going to play on Saturday against Lexington. I know they have watch parties going on around Dallas. We'll be at a pool party, so, but following it on my phone.
we will be following.
I'll
We
be
have following
following-
phone.
I'll be
And then if
following
they
that
win
one.
this, they'll get to the finals. But it's very, very exciting because, speaking of exploitative, exploitative.
What a transition.
What a transition. What I'm really happy about, and I was chatting with some friends that came with us, is like, it's just giving more women the opportunity to play soccer. And so for me, it's just very exciting. And like one of the players who's incredible, she's like 18 years old from Texas. She is playing right now, like for the U.S. women's national team soccer camp. And like, it's just incredible for me to be like, okay, you now get to play USL, like professional, and basically train, and you actually do they get paid a lot? Probably not, right? But like you at least get to have a forum, you get to have brand deals, you get to do things like this. So for me, it's exciting because I'm like, you're getting to prepare talent to do National Women's Soccer League, play for, like the U.S. team. Like my boyfriend and I both said, we're like, she will play for 100% will play for the U.S. Women's National Team. She's incredible.
This is the one that also sang the national
Yeah.
anthem
She
at the game. Yep.
A woman of many
Yeah, so many talents.
Yeah. No,
right.
she is in.
She in the Sports Illustrated too?
No, she just turned 18.
She's a little bit.
Never mind,
She
never
just-
mind.
she's in high school. She just turned 18. But she is incredible. I know I was going to say, yeah, okay, because at first I was like, is she 17 or 18? She turned 18.
This
really
is-
strong.
This is the one we talked about when you and I were looking at the little game day program,
Never
and we were
felt
like,
older.
"Why was she born in the 2010s?"
Yeah, I was like, never been older. But great game, and even as a team for them, they've gone through a lot, because one of the things that's really exciting about the USL League is that it's basically like an extra league, right? Before it was just National Men's Soccer League and teams abroad, which are great, but obviously the more outlets, the better. Maybe you can go and like train here, then you can train above, compromise on salary, whatever it is, right? It's just like another outlet to play. And so for me, it's also exciting because you'll see players who get to build their talent. And even though it's sad to see them leave, you'll find out they went to Seattle. You'll find they went to play abroad. So it's cool in one way. It's also kind of hard because you have to manage a lot of changing dynamics. Like there are a lot of players who were there last season that aren't here anymore. But I use, Celia Strawn as an example because you have an 18-year-old who's in high school who can play on this. She'll
Yeah.
play in college. She'll eventually go pro, right? But it was very cool. Great game. They played amazing. They had more chemistry, and so we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah. So people should watch. And then after this, the season won't be done until next year
I have a businessy
or later this year. I should
business
say.
of the USL question, because I know that right now, as things are, they're not necessarily affiliated with a certain NWSL team. So do they
You ladies
just?
want another glass of wine?
I'm good with what I got.
Okay, right now.
Train of thought here. Okay, so there's no affiliation to a specific NWSL team. So when you join one of these
No.
teams, that team retains your rights, and then if you go on, you can go on loan to the NWSL. You can go on loan to another team until you're a free agent, then you can sign a new contract. Is that how it works?
I'm going to be honest. I loosely know about this. So I'll give you what I think is the right answer. Maybe it needs to be a double check. But when I think about looking at like the roster, so you can have it where when I think of the first season, there were also the reverse where there were some individuals that were on loan for National Men's Soccer League teams to this league. I'll use one player for an example who's incredible. Her name's Sam Meza. And
she is good.
Super good. Really good. Played for UNC Chapel Hill. And so she was on loan. And then went back to her original. I think she plays in Seattle, if I remember correctly. But point being, she was on loan. And when she went back, they were saying like, you know, it kind of makes me think of our earlier discussion, right? Where it's like, she's young. It's not that she's bad. It's just like, here's another outlet for her to still play. You know, like get to play, get to practice, still play in a competitive way to prepare even more for the intensity of the National Men's Soccer League. Because USL is good, but, you know, it's a new league. It's not going to have the same range of talent, bluntly put. And it's a younger league than the National Men's Soccer League. So I know it can be that you can be on loan from a team abroad or National Men's Soccer League to that team and vice versa. Yeah. Candidly, more than that, I'm not sure because like I've seen that there's some teams where it's like first season they're there, then they're gone the next. So I don't know if it's like typically a year loan, if they have rights where they can negotiate all on. Like that's where I'm just not as sure. But loans are very common. And so that for me is just very exciting because it's like just there's so many more outlets now to play. And even though it's like kind of stinks because you get some players you really like and they're your favorite, if you're like, well, if this could be a great training ground for them to play even more competitively, like what's better than that? You don't have to settle, right?
Totally.
You know, or play for free somewhere and get nothing. You at least get paid something. You get like to train with real coaches and real fans, like at a stadium. So, yeah. So more than that, I don't know. But I do know that the loan program is quite common from both ends, both National Men's Soccer League abroad and USL vice versa.
Cool.
Yeah.
So they play Saturday, and if they win, when would the final be?
If they win, I think the final is the following weekend. I have to double check. It's either the final weekend or like 2 weeks after that. So then, yeah. And so then that would be that. And then the other thing, this is a tangent from soccer, but the other thing that I thought was exciting, just talking about like expanding leagues, you know, new leagues, things like that. The Professional Women's Hockey League. So Montreal right now is set to be probably the current winner of the season, but they're also expanding. San Jose, they just recently signed up. They have Detroit, Vegas, and currently they're going to have 7 US-based teams and 5 Canadian teams. And it's like based on ticket sales and how well it's doing, especially after the college, like how well that championship, they're expecting it to grow even more. So I thought that was another one that I'm like monitoring and exciting. Because for me, again, it's just the more outlets you have for people to play in a way where you can like, even if it's not the best pay, get played and not have to be like, okay, maybe I'll just like play club on a side, the better. So that's one I'm really excited. That's one I really want to go to a PWHL game.
I want them to put a team closer to us. I feel like Vegas would be close enough.
I know. I think,
or maybe a team in Florida.
I think, honestly, I mean, maybe I'm being overly ambitious. I think it will. Like with the Stars here, I think a team in Dallas will come. I think though
they did do the game at American Airlines.
Yeah,
Center.
I think it'll come. It's just a matter of when. Maybe I'm being overly ambitious, but I think it will come.
Maybe when the Stars figure out where they're playing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Whole thing.
Whole thing. Yeah. So those were kind of my two fun like sports news, even though it's not maybe as popular of leagues or as well watched of leagues as some others. For me, it was very, very exciting. Yeah, those are really cool updates, I thought.
I did see that the U.S. hockey women's goalie posted a Caesar wrap from Sweet Green.
Look at that.
I'm interested in trying it. So.
And
I will try immediately. I love Sweet Green.
The U.S. women's hockey team was also on Celebrity Family Feud.
Oh,
Hillary Knight posted a whole bunch of photos,
Wait,
so
really?
watch out for that episode.
Oh, love hockey.
Who's hosting Family Feud these days? Is it still
Steve Harvey?
Still going. Still going.
I like her. Like, I will not be watching.
Love him, but intrigued he's still hosting it.
It's got to be like at least a decade.
A long time.
I feel like it's his show now. Like,
yeah, definitely like 2 decades, I think.
I don't even remember who was the host before that.
Pat Sajak.
I actually I went to a taping of it.
Really?
Yeah. I forgot his name.
Was
I
he
want to
the?
say it was like Louis Anderson, but it's not Louis Anderson.
No, I know who you're talking about. The blonde guy.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Is it not?
Is it Louis Anderson?
I
think it
know
is
who
Louis
you're talking about. I
Anderson.
think it is, but I can't tell you why or how he's famous. But I know who you're talking about. I think it is Louis Anderson.
Yes, I went to a taping
I
of
think I
Family
know.
Feud one time.
That's so cool.
Well, do we want to get into fits of the week?
Let's
do it.
do it. All right. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. So both of mine happen to be Dallas Wings girlies, and these were actually one of them was from last night, and the other one was from last week. The first one up is Maddie Siegrist. I just love that it's basically summer, but this is like a spring / kind of fall outfit, like the burgundy boots, but like the breeziness, the easy breeziness of the matching set on top. I just thought this was really cute and really different.
The boots are iconic.
Yeah, I love the boots.
Yeah.
And I love the color on her too. If you guys don't follow her on TikTok, definitely follow her on TikTok.
Ooh, I don't.
She
Okay.
posts all of her outfits of the day.
Oh, that's cute.
And all of that stuff. So she's a good social media find.
Okay.
Lady number 2 is Alana Smith. I'm obsessed with this little sparkly bikini under a suit thing. Like, I think this is so, so cool. I love the handbag. I love the sandals. Also another good follow on TikTok. She's actually from Australia, so she's got like the most darling accent. She actually has been going to all these different cafes in Dallas and trying coffee, and she like rates the coffee shops and the coffee.
We should send her to Cedric's.
Oh my God, yes, we should.
Wait, I definitely am gonna follow. That's so cute.
Yes, so another great social media follow, and
I love these pants.
I do too, especially the
I
strap
love the
here.
strap on the pants. Yeah.
Yeah, this outfit also. Not only do I love this outfit, I also love it because you have to be a special type of person with a good style to pull this off.
agreed.
You know what I mean? Like, and she kills it. Yeah, that strap with that. Ooh, so good. But I love this outfit too.
I didn't have a lot. I had a ton last time I was on the show, so I scaled back a bit. I put Wimpy on here.
As you should.
Wimpy in this suit, iconic. I think. I love that it's pinstripe and how well that it fits him, and that he chose not to wear a belt, which I think is just an interesting choice, and I think it really works for him.
The pinstripes make him look taller than he really is, which is hard to say because he's already really tall.
Exactly. Like, you could see the person behind him in this picture that we have. Like,
I'm gonna add this though. I agree. I think the belt without it actually says it's kind of got like
makes
a
it more
looser
casual.
casual.
Yeah.
Almost like it's not streetwear, but almost because it's a little looser casual gives it more like
he had a
streetwear
bag.
flair.
He had a bag,
Yeah.
streetwear icon.
And you have, again, to have this all same like that, because he could have easily had a white shirt and it would still be a great suit, but to not have it is what makes that actually, I think, to have it completely all the same pattern. I love this. Actually, dare I say it, I think this is one of my favorite male fits of the week.
I love that.
I will
Love it.
say that. Yeah, and we've had a lot of great ones, but I just think
I know the Knicks are starting, so we're gonna have a
Yeah,
lot
we're gonna have
of
so many
new
next
fits.
that's oh yeah, this
Yeah.
isn't today,
And-
but the next.
Yeah.
I mean, let's gonna,
And you were the one that told me that they did this. It wasn't this game, but you told me that they did an all black fit.
They all showed up in black.
And I think
Different outfits.
Yeah.
Black.
And I think this kind of like a callback to that. And he's here to take care of business. Like
Yeah.
I said at the top of the show. Like
Yes.
he came to do work, and he wanted everybody to know he was
you know what? I
coming to
love
do
it.
work.
Like that's like his business suit. He's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm on my 2 feet. I'm on business.
He's got a job to do.
Yeah.
He looks like he belongs in an I'll Be Sure video.
A what video?
I don't know the reference.
That's a R&B singer from the 90s.
It's okay. It's
What's
okay. Don't worry about it.
This is how I. Wait,
This is how I know Tanner and I are friends.
not only that, this is also how I knew I grew up in a house that I wasn't allowed to
Yeah,
listen to
she
the radio.
doesn't know anything
Yeah.
before.
I
I don't know anything.
Alright.
Like I didn't know
2004.
No, literally until I was able.
She watched Mean Girls and then she caught up.
Then you
I didn't know.
caught up.
I didn't know what Disney Channel. I'm not even. I didn't know what Disney Channel was for years.
Oh, you're probably
slowly
better
been
off.
filling her.
And my family, we weren't allowed to listen to the radio. We could only listen to 2 different channels. So if I would go to,
Man, same.
This is-
I had to grow up under oldies and country. That was all we could listen to.
I'm gonna.
Oh, so you feel at home here?
yeah, yeah.
Well, get ready. I don't want you to be jealous. The music I listened to growing
Oh, yeah? Is it all
So-
the Christian stations?
No, actually.
Yeah?
One was, so for context, my mom is very Irish Catholic, so we would listen to Irish Catholic music.
Okay.
And a lot of so a la Riverdance, a la some of her favorite Irish jazz singers, which is niche. And the other music I was allowed to listen to was Albanian music, which was folk heritage Albanian music.
Okay,
My grandmother.
love that.
Yeah, also great. But point being, beyond that,
and really complicated times and things in that. Oh yeah,
they do. It's
She can tell you all about it.
Yeah. For not to brag, I almost was part of an Albanian folk dancing troupe.
No!
I was, yeah. And then I went. This is such a tangent. But then my grandma. So at the time, my grandma. I'll make this short. My grandma, came to the States. Did not know a lick of English, and so all of her friends, right, are who can speak the language she can speak. The reason I say this is my mom doesn't speak that, so I would spend summers all the time with her. And I remember she was like, "Oh yes, we have a dance troupe." I was like, "Okay, she's got a lot of energy, great. Just don't let her do drugs. I don't care what she does."
Yeah.
And then I have this band that literally looks like a sex trafficking band. It's just hundreds of children, and they're like, "Come on in." And my grandma was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
They were like, where are they going? I'm like, I don't know, around Queens and the Bronx. No big deal.
Around town.
My mom was like, and this is before cell phones, right? So my mom's like, well, who do I talk to? I don't speak Albanian. And they're like, well, send you a letter. And she's like, well, nope.
No.
So my chance for fame was gone. But that's all to say that I was only able to listen to music in secret. And once I learned how to drive, so I'm really behind. And my parents don't listen to music at all.
I see.
At their wedding, they had no music. No dancing, no music. So that's why I'm an alien when it comes to
Pop
media.
culture before the 2000s.
knowing
Yeah.
pop
You're
culture.
like
Well,
the
I'll be
living
honest.
Footloose.
I am living footloose. That's why if you have any questions.
Not anymore.
about-
Yeah.
No, not
She's caught up.
No. I'm actually, my brain is half pop culture. But anywho, sorry, that was a big tangent. But if you want to know anything about those genres,
I
that's
love
why I
that.
was like, wait, I don't even know this.
Well, now you have to tell us about your fits of the week.
Okay, yeah, this is great. Okay, so I've told you guys Alana Mayer is one of my I just think she's an amazing, I just love her style. And I think it was for an event she went to, and I just think the fit's amazing. It's
Sports
kinda
Illustrated swimsuit, isn't it? That was the event.
Oh, yeah.
Was it for Sports Illustrated?
Yeah, there's
Hillary Duff is in the background.
yeah, sorry.
Wait, that's so funny. Okay, but she was in it before, so that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, so I just love this because I feel like it's such a cool contrast with the studs on her cargo pants. I just think
I
she
love
just
this shirt.
Me too.
I
And it's a
want to wear it.
top.
I want to wear
I
it.
do love
Seriously.
that shirt.
And also the bun and top. I just think she not only has incredible style, but just everything fits
looks
her
great in her.
perfectly. Yeah, and the makeup is perfect. The shoes are perfect. So this one's just for a casual thing I loved. And then for Cameron Brink, this was one of her tunnel fits. And
Jesus.
I mean, what do we say about this? It's, look at her.
God.
I can't
Almighty.
even. I want this shirt so bad.
I want her abs.
She's literally just a living, breathing,
Gorgeous human.
statue piece of art. You know what I mean? She's just perfect. So I don't know. There's nothing else really to say other than she's just perfect. And
Yeah.
she
is
is
perfect.
Big fan.
Yeah, there's nothing. Her
Like
hair is
it-
perfect. Even the glasses are perfect with this outfit. I was just
and
yeah,
the pose.
I feel like everything she
she's
does
a model. If she
is
wasn't-
effortless.
Yeah, if she was in WNBA, she'd be a model.
She'd definitely be a model.
Yeah.
It's funny to call this effortless because look at those abs. How many hours you think she's done?
Yeah, but the look is effortless.
Sculpt that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all pre-work.
Yeah,
right?
even what I'm trying to say is in every photo she's in, she's easy breezy. She's perfection. She knows exactly where to put her limbs.
yes, she
Yeah.
is
She knows what to
very,
do with her face.
Aware of photogenicism. Photogenic.
To
Yes.
quote
New word.
To quote the industry.
New word.
Photo industry-ish. Yeah, so those are my two fits of the week. But they both have great style, so not a surprise. But yeah,
Love it.
Loved it.
But yeah,
It's amazing.
like you guys said, the Knicks are playing right now. And we haven't had a look at their tunnel fits yet, but I'm sure next week we will be sharing those.
That's right. We'll have a few next week, I'm sure.
And
And-
we don't even know the score of this game. So
No, we don't.
We gotta hop off this and check
Podcast
it.
Dad told us not to watch the TVs, so
That's
we
right.
didn't.
So we
Let's go.
didn't. So
We listened.
Now we gotta go so we
Ne-
can watch them.
Very true.
Yes. Well, thank you both for stopping by and having a little
Sure.
reunion and dropping your sports knowledge, among other things. And Tanner, thank you for making us look and sound great
Go
today.
team.
Thank you to Dudley's, as always, for hosting us. Stop by on the weekends from 10 to 3 for 90s Country Brunch, as well as late night happy hour on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturday nights from 10 to 2.
Oh, my goodness.
Such a party when you're at Dudley's. Let me tell you, I partied at Dudley's on Friday.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Party animal.
And
All right,
was
we'll see you
a good
next time.
Thank you. Bye.